Hi, I'm Tom Marks with the Marks Law Firm in Orlando, Florida, and welcome to the Healthy Family Law Attorney. So we have a special guest today, Stacy Luna. She is a mortgage banker with Atlantic Bank Mortgage Group. Um, Cautious and conservative with her advice, Stacy Luna is a trusted friend to her clients and industry professionals. With almost 30 years of real estate and mortgage experience, she is regarded as an expert in her field. When you see her, you're not going to believe she has 30 years of experience, but she does. Stacy is about relationships and helping people through their journey home. She has a degree in psychology and business, and she's just an all-around great person. Hey, Stacy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, Tom, thanks for having me here. Appreciate this opportunity. So a little bit about me. As you mentioned, I have been in the industry for several years now, and just FYI, I started when I was 10. Okay, that's the secret. But I have been fortunate to have an interesting journey on how I got into the mortgage business because nobody actually goes to high school and then starts college and says, I want to be a mortgage banker. It's not a thing, right? So you kind of end up in this industry, typically through real estate, which is how I entered into it. But I do have my parents to kind of thank for the training that I received. My father owned his own business my entire life, and my mother was an accountant. So I kind of took the best of both of those worlds and coupled that with a great education in psychology and business. And it's led me to have the business that I have today.
Okay, well, I'm thrilled to have you on the channel. So I know you work with families in transition. Tell us, who is your ideal client?
Well, my ideal client is really obviously anybody on their journey as far as looking to purchase or refinance a home. However, when it comes to specialty niches that both, obviously, as an attorney, a family law attorney, you have a specialty niche. That is also one of the items that I specialize in. And you kind of only get there from the mortgage side of it when you've done it multiple times and you understand and you have great partners like yourself who, want the best for their clients, and so they choose to align themselves with professionals that are really looking to take care of the client as a whole, so that it doesn't come across as this is a transaction and we only care about you so that we can get a paycheck or anything like that. This is about taking care of the people in our community. So for me, my ideal client is somebody who is willing to give me all their information and treat me the same way that they do their attorney. There's that client privilege, client professional privilege. That means I'm going to hear all your information and I'm going to advise you for your best scenario long term, not just currently. And we're going to do that, but we can only do that if we have a really honest conversation up front, right? So that's what we try to do, and then work through all the different nuances with the client through the process.
Right. So it's really all about relationships, and I love to build those strong relationships professionally with my clients. I know you do also. I always tell my viewers that kind of my purpose here is because I believe your family matters. I want to provide hope and help to your family to successfully navigate the family law process in a healthy way. And so a lot of that is protecting the client and their interests. So how do you protect your clients and make sure their credit is protected?
Well, the first meeting with a client is, we call it our hopes and dreams call, and that's where we just spend time getting to know each other. So I ask a lot of questions, and some of them obviously are very personal, but I really need to know those things in order to best advise the client. We begin by looking at if they're in a relationship or they've maybe recently widowed, whatever it might be. We look at all the sides of it, like if you can imagine it in just a circle. So we have to look at everything. We have to look at their credit. We have to look at their assets. We have to look at their job, whether they're working and or have to go back to work, or what that looks like, whether they'll be receiving any alimony or child support. So we have to look at all the spokes in that wheel and advise them, start with one and go down that road. And sometimes it's just, you need to protect your assets. So that means you need to separate your assets from the other person. Sometimes it means we have commingled accounts, such as credit accounts. We need to look at that and again, separating those. And sometimes it means that, we have to look at the bottom line with, if it's a divorce, and we have to basically say, look, if you strategize this, you will be able to use your alimony and child support as income so that you can purchase your own home. You can move on from where you are. If you do it the wrong way, then you're not going to be able to. Then you're going to have to continue to rent for maybe quite some time.
Right. So I know you have a team that you utilize to help your clients. Just like in my family law practice, I have other lawyers, paralegals, legal assistants, administrative team, and so forth. So can you tell us a little bit about your team?
Yeah. So the really awesome thing about Atlanta Bay Mortgage Group, which is the company that I work for, is that we internally have a one team approach. And that means I have a set underwriter, processor, title reviewer, appraisal order. All those people are the same people that I work with on a regular basis. So when you do that, you create that synergy from having those relationships. We know each other. We also know that we can pick up the phone and call that person if we have a question, so we can best serve our clients. In addition, I have a transaction coordinator, and she is, I call as my right hand. She does the things that I don't enjoy doing and I'm not good at, but she's really good at, and she enjoys them. So we play to each other's strengths. That makes everybody happier. That makes serving our clients a much better experience for them. And when you do that, we also then build on that with partners such as yourself, where we bring in people that we know are going to take great care of our clients. And that includes a financial planner, that might include an attorney, a CPA, a new insurance person, because you just never know where people are. And if they need to move on from one part of their lives to the next, we want to make that journey or that transition as easy as possible for them.
Okay, so we have a really hot real estate market right now. Houses are hard to come by. Loans, I don't know if the loan is made more difficult because of that. But what do you do to help your clients get into a loan so they can get into their dream home or move on and transition?
Well, that's an awesome question, because there are strategies that we had in place before 2021, and they totally changed this year. The housing market has been very low in inventory for longer than I can really think about, but we're literally less than 1 month of inventory, which is not healthy. That certainly causes a seller's market, is the market that we're in right now. Fortunately, the market has cooled a little bit over the last 30 to 45 days, meaning it's a little less of a seller's market, but we still have next to no inventory. But the feeding frenzy that we were in over the first 7 months of the year has died down a little bit. And that's partially because rates have remained low. People are going back to work. Things are kind of a little bit more normal per se, and the kids are back in school. So all those things create the market that we're in, right? So moving forward, what we've been doing right now to help our clients get the edge, so to speak, on is we do what we call a TBD approval. That's number one of the items in our arsenal, so to speak. And a TBD approval means that the actual human underwriter has reviewed the client's credit, their income, and their assets. Okay. And they've blessed the file and they said, this person is good to go. That is a conditional approval. So all that has to happen at that point, once they go under contract, is they must do their home inspection and get an appraisal, and then they're ready to close essentially. So that's number one. Number two, we have to show the seller that this is the buyer they should accept. And we do that through various measures. Sometimes it's a video to the seller. Sometimes it's part of the approval letter that we provide. A lot of times also there are other strategies that we use in a contract to make sure that they have the biggest edge. But, we always, when we're in a market like we are always in a situation of the property potentially not appraising. And that has probably happened, I would say 40% of the time of the last 7 months in my business. And fortunately, every single one of them has been able to come to the table. So we've been able to renegotiate, and everybody has come together to make the transaction happen. So that's awesome to see that people are willing to work together so that everyone gets what they want in the end.
Well, that's great that you've been able to do that for your clients. Final question. We're there, the Healthy Family Law Attorney. So I've got to ask you, do you have a healthy tip for our viewers today?
I do. I look at us living a life healthy, whether it's in our physical fitness, whether it's our nutrition, and coming from the mortgage industry and coming from the home buying experience, I just want to tell people it's your journey, and your journey through life is unlike anybody else's. So give yourself grace. Don't compare yourself to others, but walk through it. Don't dig your head in the sand and ignore it, because that doesn't help anything, right? Own where you are and envision where you want to go, and then surround yourself with the professionals that can help get you there.
Awesome. Great advice. This has been really helpful to our viewers. And if you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit that bell icon, leave a comment or a question for Stacy or me. I've been getting a lot of really good comments lately to my videos, so I'm enjoying receiving those. So we'll see you in the next video. I've got new legal videos coming out with a legal topic every Wednesday and a new interview every Friday. Stacy, so glad to have you on the channel today. Thanks so much.
It's been a pleasure, Tom. Thanks for having me.
Okay, and we'll see everybody next time. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.